Without objection.
Thank you. Madam President, I rise today to speak in strong support of Bob Rossiter, who has been nominated to fill the vacancy on Nebraska's Federal District Court. The Judiciary Committee approved the nomination of Bob Rossiter without objection last October, and I am extremely pleased that the Senate will be voting on his nomination this evening. The U.S. District Court for the District of Nebraska has a tradition of fairness and of justice. This court owes its reputation to the well-respected judges who have served on it. With only 3 judgeships, Nebraska's federal district bench is relatively small. Nebraska's federal bench is an example of efficiency and also integrity. It also has one of the busiest dockets in the country. For example, during the 12-month period ending March 31st, 2016, Nebraska had the most per judgeship weighted filings among 8 states that have only 3 authorized judgeships and a single federal district. With a small bench and a full docket, it is important that Nebraska's federal district court operate at full capacity. As soon as Judge Battalion announced that he would be taking senior status, I began working with Senator Mike Johans to select a highly qualified candidate for this very important position. Through an open process, we considered many applicants with excellent credentials. Approximately 20 individuals asked to be considered for this position, and we had each of them fill out the Judiciary Committee's lengthy questionnaire. The questionnaire and the reams of supplementary materials were then carefully reviewed. Having reviewed the qualifications and the materials of these applicants, I can tell you that Nebraska has no shortage of principled and sharp legal minds. So narrowing that list was challenging. After weeks of thorough consideration, we agreed to recommend Bob Rossiter to President Obama for this judgeship in August of 2014. Although Senator Johans retired from the Senate before the President nominated Mr. Rossiter in June of 2015, I know that he was pleased with this nomination. I thank the President for listening to my advocacy for Mr. Rossiter and for his support for him. For even among the many fine candidates that we interviewed, Bob's accomplishments stood out. Bob has an impressive list of professional achievements. After graduating cum laude from Creighton University School of Law, Bob clerked for U.S. District Court Judge C. Arlen Beam on Nebraska's Federal District Court. Currently, he is a partner at the law firm of Fischer Stryker in Nebraska. Whether Bob is working on federal and state employment litigation or administrative agency investigations, he always demonstrates an admirable commitment to integrity and to the rule of law. Over the years, he's gained the respect of his clients by handling a variety of important issues with excellence. He's listed in the Best Lawyers in America and in Chambers USA, America's leading business lawyers. Perhaps the strongest testament to Bob's aptitude and integrity, as well as the admiration of his colleagues, is the fact that he was previously selected to serve as president of the Nebraska Bar Association. Though Bob never assumed the bar presidency due to this nomination, this honor, which is not bestowed lightly, is a reflection of the trust placed in Bob by those who know and work with him. For these reasons, I am confident that we have found a truly remarkable and qualified person to fill the vacancy on Nebraska's federal district court. And I urge my colleagues to support Bob Rossiter's nomination so that he can put his outstanding intellect, skill, and judgment to work for the American people. Thank you, Madam President. I yield the floor. I would suggest the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.